This is a focused legal analysis of a March 2022 Florida Bodycam encounter ending in a felony retail theft arrest. Names and the specific agency are not on camera and will not be invented. Straight to the law.
Hi.
Do you know what manager called?
I am the manager.
Okay, you're the one who called?
Yes.
What's going on?
When the officer arrived, the manager would explain how the scheme worked and how the employee was able to steal thousands of dollars in various snack and food items from the store.
And
Is this her?
yes.
Okay.
So
Is there a loss prevention person we need to talk to?
I can call her.
Okay, do you both have IDs?
I do. It's in my room, sorry.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good.
What's going on?
If you want to just hang out for a second, you want to have a seat or do whatever, let's try to figure out what's going on and we'll go from there.
Okay. So you got all the information from her?
Yeah, from her and her.
Yeah, I'll talk to you for over here. So that was the loss prevention manager. Basically, I hadn't got the manager's statement, but apparently she already wrote a statement to her. And so all happened yesterday. It's just one instance.
Okay.
Over the span of 4 hours yesterday.
Okay.
The employee allowed her and the employee's aunt to basically load up entire carts of whatever. I mean, over $1,000 worth of stuff, and she would scan like one or two things.
She would?
The employee would, the employee would
So she
scan.
was understanding.
Yeah, the employee would scan one or two things and let the aunt
Are they
walk
wanting-
out. She wants to press charges.
So they're both going to go.
If they don't know the aunt's name, and the employee apparently wouldn't tell her, so. But yeah, so.
Oh, if that's the case, then she can.
But apparently you want me. I'll go inside with the manager, get
Yeah,
that.
I need the surveillance video, and if they can give us an idea of what all was taken, we need a receipt.
Yeah. Let me go. She should have all that. Go ahead and have all that ready.
Okay.
And I'll go in there with her, get all that.
I'll go do that. I'll Mirandize her and talk to her real quick, and
Okay. But apparently she already admitted everything on their written statement, so.
that's fine.
All right.
Understand.
I'll go with the manager.
All right.
All right, Sherry. Steven here.
All right. I'm going to read you something and ask you a few questions. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer, have him or her present with you while you're being questioned. You cannot afford to hire a lawyer. One will be appointed to represent you before any questioning if you wish to speak to me about this incident.
That's fine. So
Yeah, because it's kind of a tricky
that's
situation
the statement she wrote.
with her aunt. So, her knowingly scanning and
Yeah.
allowing her to steal, that's a criminal offense in itself, but
Well, about 15 minutes ago, the ladies who were the last ones to come through with stuff came back in, and their carts are still sitting over there when they realized I wouldn't let her come out and bring them out.
okay.
I have pictures of the transaction from the register because it wouldn't let me reprint them.
Okay.
So, this is what she rang up. That's what she gave away. And I can show you on the big camera too. And then she rang up a drink, and that's the cart he pushed out.
And the only thing she rang up was the drink.
The drink, yeah. That's the actual receipt for the transaction.
Okay.
And that's on the drum drive.
Can you, this is all on the jump drive?
Yeah.
So I can take this, right?
Yes.
Cool.
She told me to have it all ready, so.
Yeah, that makes everything a little easier. Hey,
Do the 16.
I'm just gonna put my stuff
And then this
and
is,
the employee is Amy Rankin, I'm
Yeah.
guessing. Okay.
and she signed it, so. And she put her employee number. I didn't, I don't know if you need the original or the copy. I was just told to make a copy of it. So. And then these are, like, when I went through and watched the video, I didn't put all of this on there because it wouldn't have fit. But
What is all? Oh, okay.
this is the list of stuff I could see in the cards that got taken.
Did you make copies of all that?
No, not yet.
You make copies of all that?
Start with the statutory charge. Florida Statute Section 812.014 sets the felony misdemeanor line at $750, raised from $300 in 2019. Theft between $750 and $5,000 is grand theft of the third degree, punishable by up to 5 years in state prison. The documented loss here exceeds $1,000 on a single day. The case sits squarely in the felony band. Principal liability is decisive. A cashier who knowingly scans one item from a loaded cart and waves the rest out the door is a principal in the theft, not an accessory. Florida law places her on equal footing with the person pushing the cart. Any defense built on the ant being the one who physically left with the goods is a non-starter. The organized retail theft dimension comes from Florida Statute Section 812.015. The statute enhances retail theft committed in concert with another person and contains aggregation rules across multiple incidents. 2 participants, 8 carts, 4 hours, a deliberately concealed family relationship. That is the template the statute was drafted to reach.
Front and back, if you would.
You will be placed under arrest for grand retail theft. Yes. Tell me what's going on. Like, you're being accused of underscanning and allowing your aunt to walk out. Like, you know how many different felonies you can get from this? It's organized retail theft, basically, is what it is. Whether it was your idea or not, you went along with it. Did you get dropped off here, or is your vehicle in the...
My vehicle's here.
Okay.
Hey, I'm getting ready to go to jail
Can you have someone come get it?
because I let somebody walk out of here with stuff yesterday. Yeah. I don't know. So, I will let you know when I can get a bond hearing or whatever.
No, you'll have a bond tonight, set by me.
He said I'll have a bond setting set tonight. I'm not sure how much it was.
Where's your keys at for your vehicle? Are you able to have someone come get it? Because obviously you're not going to be allowed back on this property.
He's gonna call my aunt.
Shelly?
No,
Okay.
my Aunt Judy.
Okay. Do you have a phone number for Shelly?
I don't have anything for her. She made it very secretive, so I guess this is why.
Where are you going?
I'm gonna go get my purse and stuff and put it in my car.
Is it inside? Okay, we'll have that come out. Just finish your cigarette.
Do I need to take my ID with me?
Not necessarily. I would take your cell phone with you so you can get phone numbers out of it.
And then I'll just put my cigarettes and my keys and everything in my car. Or
Because I have your information, so you don't necessarily need your ID. It wouldn't hurt to take your wallet and phone with you, but that's really your choice.
and I'll leave my ring. And do I need to take earrings and everything out, or?
You will be made to at the jail, yeah.
Now, Miranda, the doctrine applies only to custodial interrogation by state actors. The suspect gave a signed written statement to loss prevention before any officer arrived. Under Burdeau versus McDowell, a private retailer is not the government. That statement is fully admissible. No suppression remedy attaches. This is the single most consequential legal fact in the entire encounter. The officer then reads Miranda in full. The suspect responds, quote, "fine," and continues talking. Under Burdeau versus Tompkins, waiver may be implied from a course of conduct. An invocation of the right to silence must be unambiguous. Fine is not an invocation. Everything said after the warning is admissible. Probable cause for the warrantless arrest is unproblematic. United States v. Watson, permits public place arrest on probable cause without a warrant. The officer held before speaking to the suspect, manager testimony, a transaction log, surveillance video, screenshots, and a signed admission from the suspect herself. The pat-down before transport is independently justified as a search incident to arrest under United States v. Robinson. One refinement on the officer's pre-Miranda remark about, quote, how many different felonies you can get out of this. Under Rhode Island v. Innis, a statement is the functional equivalent of interrogation only if reasonably likely to elicit an incriminating response. This one was not. No violation.
Is it just your purse inside?
I believe so, yes.
So she took 8 shopping carts?
Altogether in the hour, it was 8 shopping carts full of stuff.
Where did the $1,000 number come from?
It was probably over that amount because there were totes full of things that we couldn't even see what was in them. So she's estimating.
You didn't happen to get her on video writing the statement, did you?
Yes.
She is on video writing the statement?
Yes. I can add that to that.
Yeah, if you would do that, that would just be a little icing on the cake, so to speak. And what I'll do is I'll just take the copied version of everything.
Okay.
Or the receipts you have are on here, you said? Or what you...
Well, I have the beginning, like where she scanned one thing and then gave them their copy of the receipt and they walked out with 2 carts full of stuff.
Okay, cool.
That's on there. All the ones that I had time to put on there are on there. So
Okay.
if you guys need anything else, we can do it all from here. We don't actually have to wait for them to send it to us, which is kind of nice.
Yeah, this is a good starting point right here. So, how long has she been working here?
At this store, only a couple months. Or not even a month. She came from the other Anthony store, so the way she did it, I have a feeling that this is not the first time.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And
she wouldn't give y'all her aunt's name?
I don't. It looks like her mom.
Looks like her mom.
And they were driving a red van, because you can kind of see it off to the side, because she walks out to it. And
were y'all able to get, y'all have outside cameras?
But you can see the van in the corner.
I was just wondering if you were able to get a tag, if it was going to be if I can get a tag number from the video, but probably not from that angle.
You can only see the side of it.
That would probably help us identify, at least identify the aunt or her mom or whoever it is, you know.
There's that. And then I'll grab this here.
Just what I need from you is going to be, hey, on this day, yesterday, or
this morning
when you saw the video or whatever, just say, hey, on video I saw our employee, false ringing.
Okay.
And then mention, what you saw. You watched the video, you saw the lady putting, whatever you saw, the lady putting stuff in the basket, a male getting it out, the 2 black females. Like I said, I don't need all the details of what was stolen because I have all that right here. I have a witness statement form I'm actually going to...
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm actually going to give you. You can just come outside with me. So, we'll get you squared away. Excuse me.
Sorry, babe.
She's going to come out and do a witness statement. I'll give her that form.
While she's doing one. You got all that. Where's her purse? And
Oh, yeah, her
I'm
purse.
fine. Will you grab my shoes, please?
Whose shoes are those?
Mine. My work shoes.
Okay.
I have slides.
Oh, okay.
don't forget the keys for her car and lock everything up. And you said you have a family member that's going to come get your car?
Where do you want us to leave your keys?
I'll just leave the door unlocked.
You sure?
Probably not the greatest idea.
Easter feet aren't sweating now.
Let me look in your purse, make sure you ain't got no weapons. So, which car is yours? Hold on, Paul. The universal precaution I gotta take.
I did something stupid yesterday. I'm not that stupid.
Oh. Do you have any money to bond yourself out of jail or anything?
No.
Then you can leave it in here. If you want to take your ID with you, you can. I'll bring your ID, do that, and your cell phone. We'll be good to go.
I do have fake teeth. Am I going to have to leave those with you guys too?
That's good. I have no idea. You got your cell phone?
Yeah.
I'll take that. Let's go over here and have a seat in my car while we get finished doing everything and get this going.
Do you have anything else you want to bring? Since you've been so cooperative, just put your hands in the front. I'm not going to make you turn around and put them on your back.
And this is just eczema. I don't have like...
Is that contagious?
No.
I have no idea.
I'm going to find out.
No, it's
I
not.
thought it was just birthmarks that you had.
No.
So you've been cooperative to make this as easy and comfortable as possible. Appreciate it.
Should be good. All right.
Thank you.
Well,
Mind if I wait to see how much it is?
that's fine. You can wait. Like you said, $750 or less. It's a misdemeanor.
I'm watching, I guess.
So,
How do they know? I guess they followed around the store and watched
well, they got
stuff.
video cameras. I mean, everywhere.
All over the place.
All over
Yeah,
the
I
place.
know.
So, they invest big money into that kind of thing, and before they call us, they do their due diligence. So,
Are they saying this is the only time? Do they suspect other times? or do
right
they have-
now, this is all they're saying, and that's all she said. This is the first and only time. So until we know otherwise, yeah, we're just treating this like a isolated ordeal.
On the grades, the officer earns an A-. Miranda was read in full before substantive questioning. Tone was controlled, force was nominal, and the investigative sequence was textbook. Deductions are limited to 2 minor frictions on camera, neither affecting admissibility. The subject earns a C granted on cooperation alone. Legally, she made every available mistake. She gave a signed confession to a private actor not bound by Miranda. She failed to invoke the right to silence when the warning was read. She corroborated the prosecution's organized retail theft theory on a live recording. Dollar General Loss Prevention earns a B+. Their on-the-day evidentiary work was complete and disciplined. The deduction is for an upstream control failure that placed a freshly transferred employee on a register, allegedly tied to a parallel loss at the prior location. 3 lessons before we close. First, the Burdeau rule. A statement given to private corporate investigators is not protected by Miranda. There is no suppression remedy. Anyone speaking with loss prevention should treat that conversation as evidence. Second, an invocation of the right to silence must be unambiguous. Quote, fine is not an invocation. Quote, I want a lawyer and nothing more is. Third, for employers' interstore loss prevention, coordination is not optional. A control environment that misses a signature theft pattern on a transfer is one that will lose money predictably. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was useful, subscribe for more legal breakdowns of police interactions. Thank you for watching.